Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of News in Motion. Today is Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. And as we are getting ready to head into a new month, let us know how the month of November has treated you. What were some of the good, some of the bad, if you don't mind sharing, and some of the in betweens. Of course, we had Thanksgiving there, so I know sometimes that's a rough holiday for some people with the loss of a loved one, but it's also a time to reflect and be thankful for how much you've been through and where you are now. Um, but with that being said, whether you are tuning in through Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, or if you're an audio podcast listener, we just want to say thank you for turning those dials to NIMToday, your news media outlet for relevant commentary and call to action news. We will be joined momentarily by the one and only Miss Gail for your headlines. But of course, got to give a couple of shout outs to some of our viewers. Shout out to Miss Adrian, who is tuning in through YouTube. She says, good morning on Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you, Miss Adrian. Be sure that you enjoy your taco on today's Tuesday. Good morning, Mr. Robert Holman. How are you doing today? Tuning in through Facebook. Who else is in here? Who else is in here in the room? I know Miss Marian Jackson, you're tuning in through YouTube. Good morning to you. Uh, Good morning to Miss Tracy Burrs, who's tuning in through Facebook. Who is up in here? Who is running up in the room on this Tuesday morning? Good morning, Miss Deborah Johnson. How are you doing today? Tuning in through Facebook as well. And of course, good morning to all of our audio podcast listeners as well. Make sure that you keep your eyes on the road if you're driving or if you're dropping the kiddos off at school, getting a light snack, heading to the grocery store real quick, whatever you're doing. Thank you for tuning in and supporting News in Motion. Y'all know what we do over here. Let's get ready for some news in motion.
News in motion.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, everybody? I see y'all rolling up in here. Kim Edmondson is in here also from YouTube. My brother just popped in here on Facebook. Let me see if we have any LinkedIn users. I don't see any so far this morning, but I see you all rolling up in here on today. So good morning to all of you. What's up, Shardinia? Good morning to you as well. I'm glad to see you in here, Kim Edmondson, because you're going to have to be my backup. Somewhere in the middle of this segment, so don't you go anywhere. All right, y'all, today is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, November the 28th. We are rounding out this month with a bang. I am your host, Gail Dudley. Thank you so much for allowing me to spend some time with you each morning, Monday through Thursday, whether you're listening through Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or any of our audio podcast listeners. I just want to say thank you. We do not take it lightly that you come in and join us on a regular basis. If you have subscribed to our newsletter, the News in Motion newsletter is normally ranked as the Friday Rundown. You would have received an email this morning at 7:05 a.m. Eastern Time. It is Giving Tuesday, y'all. It is Giving Tuesday. And on the Giving Tuesday list, let me see if I can pull it up. I sent out an email this morning, and I just want to go over a few of the organizations that we have listed. Here are some near and dear to my heart. So even if you do not subscribe to the newsletter, which I don't know why you haven't subscribed already, you want to do so because we're always putting some information out there. So near and dear, Feeding America, y'all, Giving Tuesday. This is where some of their major donors will double the money. So whether you're giving $1, $2, $3, $5, $25, whatever that looks like, someone is doubling that money. Women's Fund of Central Ohio is near to dear to me, but there is a Women's Fund, International Women's Fund as well. Global Citizens, you've heard me talk about Global Citizens on here a lot. the National Alliance on Mental Health, the Trevor Project, check that out. Your local church, don't forget your local church beyond your Sunday morning. And yes, the other one that's really near and dear to me is News in Motion. So even News in Motion, y'all can send a Cash App to NIMToday, Cash App NIMToday, to give on this Giving Tuesday. Organizations, y'all, there was $9.8 billion that was shared through Black Friday. I believe it's 5.2 billion during Cyber Monday. So Isaiah, if you would put up the Cash App for News in Motion, please, we would greatly appreciate it. I think Isaiah is frozen. It looks like he's frozen. So, but when he comes back, if he could put up the Cash App for News in Motion, that would be great. But again, it looks like he's frozen. So pop that up, Isaiah, whenever you hear this. Also, a few more that are near and dear to me is the Carter Center. The Carter Center, I see you, Lori. Happy Tuesday to you. The American Cancer Society, Making a Difference LLC, that's right here in Columbus, Ohio. The reason why I'm asking you to give to them, they're doing great things. They're getting ready to do a serious Christmas toy drive that they do every year. That's with Al Edmondson. You can also send a check directly to them to support their work at Making a Difference LLC at 346 and a half North 20th Street, Columbus, Ohio, 43203. We also have St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. That's another one that's near and dear to me. Habitat for Humanity. And I see my girl, Latrice Jones, popping up in here. Don't you go anywhere either. I'm going to need you as a backup too. Habitat for Humanity International. That's another one near and dear to me. Compassion International. That's another one. And the International Justice Mission is another one. They're out of DC. They're the ones who focus on human trafficking on a federal level, on a national level. So, y'all, those are some that they're in the email that I sent out today. And of course, there's News in Motion. I had a conversation with Deborah Johnson yesterday, and she encouraged me. I said, Deb, I just like to highlight other people. She said, yeah, she goes, and you do that well, but you also need to highlight yourself and the work that you're doing here at News in Motion. So thank you, Deborah, for motivating me to make sure I put ours out there as well. So please, 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 it's Giving Tuesday. If the stores and retails and the mom and pop shops and all that can get 9.8 billion plus another 5.2 billion, we can give to the cause. We can give to the cause. So y'all, Council on Foreign Affairs, Hamas and Israel have extended their truce through tomorrow. That is an extension of 2 days, bringing the pause to a total of 6 days. So that is good news. And we don't know what's going to happen from here. Yesterday, on what would have been the final day of the ceasefire, Israel and Hamas decided to keep this going. So they released another 11, Hamas released another 11 Israeli women and children. So they're expecting Hamas to release another 20, possibly today, while Israel frees more Palestinian prisoners. So far, 69 of the 240 hostages Hamas captured on August the 7th attack has been freed. And again, that's including 11 women and children on yesterday. Y'all, in China, Japan, South Korea have agreed to revive their Leaders Summit. Foreign ministers from the three countries held their first in-person meeting, and this is coming from the Japan Times, in more than 4 years on yesterday. And so we're looking for more of that information to come out. Y'all, when things like that happen, something else is going to happen to connect to your country. So be mindful of that. Y'all, Ukraine launches a drone attack on Moscow following Russia's strikes on Kyiv. Now, Russia, they said they foiled about 24 Ukrainian drone attacks. This is coming from CNN, across several territories in the last 24 hours, now including Moscow, Russian officials said on yesterday. The attacks came the day after the Ukraine officials said that Moscow carried out its largest drone attack on Kyiv since the start of the war. So, y'all, I share that. Good morning, Dr. Antoinette. Good morning, Marion. I share those, y'all, because although we're focused on Israel and Hamas, there's still a war going on in Ukraine and Russia. And not only that, y'all, we have students who are being shot right here in the United States of America because of who they are. So we have the Connecticut shooting and others. So we want to, Vermont shooting and others. So we want to pay attention to that as well. Y'all, where's the money? Y'all, listen to this. Pay attention. Pay attention. Somebody put in the chat, pay attention. Y'all, Washington Post is the first to report. Dr. Antoinette, you'll get a kick out of this. The Republicans' finances are increasingly worrisome. Y'all, this is their quote to party members. Now, advisors to the former guy and other operatives involved in the 2024 election efforts, according to 10 people familiar with the matter. Y'all, the National RNC disclosed that it had $9.1 million in cash on hand as of October the 30th. Y'all, that's the lowest amount ever for the RNC in any federal election commission report, y'all, since February 2015. Yes, pay attention, y'all, pay attention. Now, y'all, that compares to about 20 million at the same point around 2016, but they still had more than the 9.1. Now, many people are saying that they don't want to give because of who may be put back in the White House. So this is their own people, and they're not going to come out and say it out loud, but they're doing it with their money. Y'all, money talks. What's up, Deborah Sneed? Yeah, the Democratic National Committee reported that they have 17.7 million on hand, and more is coming into their camp, which is twice as much as the Republican Party. So donors are no longer cutting large checks to the RNC, and they're saying that their small dollar program doesn't seem to be working. So that's happening. They're saying that some donors aren't giving to the RNC because they think that it will help Donald Trump specifically for his lawyer fees and his airplane and his this and that. And they're like, they're not paying for that. So they said, we don't want to do this at all. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're going to do. So some have grown frustrated with the party's leadership. People are choosing to choose individual people. That's what their major donors are saying. So y'all, Kim Edmondson says that's because they're giving it all direct. Yep, and that's what they're saying. They're like, they're not doing that. Dr. Antoinette says, as the dollars changes, their stance will change. Exactly, because they're wanting that money. And people are saying they're not paying for that. They're not paying for that. So y'all, the Huff Post reports, and speaking with the same thing, and this is another cause they believe for the decrease in finances, and they want him to stop having this conversation. You may have heard this yesterday on the news. The former guy, they said if he returns to the Oval, he's going to appeal the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. He doesn't want anything with Obama's name on it, although it's really called the Affordable Care Act, right? So all of that's happening as well. That means that insurance for tens of millions of people with pre-existing conditions could be in jeopardy if he wins in 2024. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. Now, Trump said Saturday on his website, Truth Social, that he is looking at alternatives to the 2010 healthcare law known as the Obamacare. So see, he can't even, if you ask him what does the Affordable Care Act mean, he probably don't even know. All he knows is Obamacare. He says he's not going to have it and he's going to get rid of it. And the pre-existing condition. So y'all got to pay attention to what's happening. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. And y'all, the headline reads, y'all, I don't know why this dude just won't sit down. George Santos is calling himself Mary Magdalene of Congress. What? What's up, Stephanie Burbridge? Yeah, y'all, Mother Jones is reporting this. I've been reading it from different platforms, but Mother Jones says it the best. I'm going to use their quote. He's going off against his congressional colleagues, accusing them of having committed felonies and others getting drunk every night while planning to sleep with the lobbyists. Like he is exposing it all. He went on a 2-hour rant on X the other day, just going at it. And then he says, and I quote, within the ranks of the United States Congress, there are felons galore. And this is again during his grievance rant on X. This was Friday evening, y'all. I went back and looked at it. It's hilarious. If you have X, go check it out. He says, there are people, this is his quote, there's people with all sorts of shisty backgrounds. What? Talking about the pot kettle, whatever, however you say that, the pot calling the kettle black is how you say that. And all of a sudden, George Santos, he's calling himself Mary Magdalene of the United States Congress. He says in a quote, if you want to expel me, y'all, this is all on the rant. Go check it out. If you want to expel me, I'll wear it like a badge of honor. He said, I'll be the 6th expelled member of Congress. And y'all, by the way, Mother Jones went and checked out and did some interviews with some people. All the stuff that he's spilling on there, all the tea is correct. I'm like, what they doing up there in Congress? Can y'all just get some laws passed? Can y'all have some bipartisanship? Maybe y'all need to get beyond kumbaya and really get on your knees and pray up in that Congress, because y'all, it's going down up in there. So he just spills the beans. So Mississippi Rep Michael Guest, GOP chairman of the House Ethics Committee, introduced a resolution to expel Santos in Congress when they returned from break, which they returned, I believe, yesterday, sometime last night. And he says this is his third effort, and they believe they're going to be successful in getting rid of him. The report also revealed that Santos allegedly used campaign funds on Botox and OnlyFans. If y'all know what OnlyFans is, you know where I'm going with that. This dude is buck wild with his, I don't know, 8 aliases or something. So y'all, in addition to that, it's like, where do we live? In addition to that, y'all, the law expired last Thursday in New York. AP reports that for a year, the New York's Adult Survivors Act suspended the usual legal deadlines to give sexual assault victims one last chance to file lawsuits over misconducts that occurred years or decades ago. Well, it expired last Thursday on Thanksgiving. Now, that's why you may see a lot of women coming forth filing their lawsuits. So you have the ones who got some lawsuits put in there right at Wednesday some point. And then, Sean Diddy Combs, he ended up paying whatever, there was an agreement, but then somebody else came forward with him before that midnight hour. You also have Donald Trump, you have Harvey Weinstein, you have Jamie Foxx. I was shocked to see Jamie Foxx names on there. Steven Tyler, you have Bill Cosby again, Russell Brand, L.A. Reid. I was surprised to see L.A. Reid too. Axl Rose, Mike Tyson. You also have somebody coming out again with Andrew Cuomo, Neil Portnoy, and Rudy Giuliani. These are people who filed right there at that deadline. So there's a lot. We'll have to watch that unfold. But Thursday was the expiration. It was the deadline for that. Dr. Antoinette said they'll expel him now, can't have their tea spilled. Listen, they're going to get rid of him. But he already spilled it on X. I was sitting there like, what? He was dropping names. I'm like, see, that's what y'all get for that's what you get for not vetting the people you're putting in office. Okay. That's what happens. That's what's happening. Kim Edmondson said he's taking them down with him. He is. Marion says he will expose all their secrets and they have to answer for their actions. There's that as well. All right, y'all. Also, y'all, CNBC reports for all you who are on that app, women buying Sheen. They filed to go public in the U.S. So that's coming. The U.S. regulatory for IPO, which could happen next year. They're going to go public, and they're looking at a $64 billion evaluation. But they're saying that it will probably go up to $4 to $90 billion. So there's that. And then Gitmodo reports, and that's a tech thing. Amazon tops UPS and FedEx as the biggest delivery business in the U.S., on track to deliver 5.9 billion packages in 2023. Y'all, that's huge. Pay attention to that as well. And you'll begin to see some mergers, I believe, with some of this. Now, before I go into this next piece of news, because I'm going to talk about Blue Ivy, I need everybody to put in the chat, we're better than this. We're better than this. We're better than this. Latrice, Kim, whoever, y'all got my back, right? We're better than this. Through Ready Media, we've done, Latrice and I did Black or White with Kevin Costner. We did Black Panther. We've done, there's another movie, I can't think of it. And now we're doing The Color Purple. Which when Kenya came to me, I was fighting her tooth and nail, like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to do this. She goes, oh, come on, G, we can do this. Well, we're sold out at The Color Purple on December 9th at 12 noon. It's sold out. It sold out a long time ago. It's sold out. And when we tell you all that it's sold out, we just mean that it's sold out. So imagine my surprise when I get an email from the corporate office of the theater, of the National Theater, telling me that we have people that's calling in about News in Motion and Ready Media and Ready Publication, cussing them out because they don't have a ticket. You had ample time to get a ticket, but now you got my name on the line, and I don't do business like that. No, we're better than this. We're better than this. If you did not get a ticket, you didn't get a ticket. Now, you cannot call them demanding tickets. Here's the truth. I signed a contract of over $1,000, okay? The entire thing that we're doing is over a couple grand, okay? So I hold the tickets, which there really aren't any paper tickets because everything's contactless today. I'm going to be that sergeant in arms with a clipboard and a highlighter checking off your names. For example, Stephanie Burbridge, I know you on here. That's my sis. She has multiple tickets. So there'll be an email that will go out today to all ticket holders to say you got to come with the person you're coming with, because you come in and say, well, here's our 10 people. I will check off that name and you 10 people go in the door. But come on, do not call the theater again. Do not use my name and cuss anybody out. Y'all, we're better than this. We don't work like this. We don't operate like this. There was an opportunity for everybody to purchase tickets. You know, there's stuff that gets sold out all the time. Y'all, we cannot do this with people. Y'all, we have to do a couple things here. Number one, why do we wait? We wait until it's something big and we're like, oh, I want to get on the bandwagon now. It's too late now. It's too late. And yes, because of our track record, we're one of the earliest advanced screenings. Most of them are the following weekend. So you didn't get a ticket. Okay, but it's sold out. Calling them, cussing them out, using my name is not okay. Y'all, we have to do better. We have to do better in support. We have to do better in protecting each other. We have to do better. So again, the email will go out to everyone who has tickets, but I'm asking you now, stop calling them. Stop calling them. They could have canceled us without returning me a dime. They could have canceled us. So they chose to email me first, and then we were able to have a conversation. Y'all, we're better than that. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Lori says, I don't understand people just trifling. Yes, Deborah Sneed. Wow, unbelievable. Yes. And you know, it's sad because as Black and brown people who are trying to do things in the community, we want the support. We want the support. If you don't like me, don't like me. It's okay. You don't have to like me, but don't go and attack and do things to make all of us as a community look bad. Let's not do this. I am thankful that I have a relationship with that company who knew, this doesn't sound like her. This has not been her previous groups. Something must be off here. Let's send her an email. And I am thankful to have that relationship. Regina says, I got my tickets. My sister and I'll be there. We are excited. I'm excited too. Kim Edmondson says that is not okay. No, it's not. Dr. Antoinette says, stop being so messy. Create your own event. Do the work yourself and put your own dollars on the line. Yes. Latrice Jones said, oh, hell no. And I said it just like that is her quote. Are people serious right now? If this is you, please excuse yourself from the NIM family. This is unacceptable. And that's my nice word. Thank you so much. Adrian says, oh, not okay, people. Deborah Johnson said, you announced it multiple times to let people know that tickets were running out. I did. And Marion Jackson said, I wanted to come, but a group in my area going to see Black Nativity on the 9th. Yep. So there we have it. So an email will be going out to everyone today where I'm going to be a little nice on there, but I'm also going to give all the directives on there as well. But I just wanted to say that live since we promoted it live right here on News in Motion. And then Stephanie Burbridge Hall said, use your own name as well. Lori says they should have emailed you with a challenge. They can't give tickets they don't have. They don't have the tickets. I have them. And again, it's contactless. So I have the names. And by the way, I want to reiterate, if your name is not on that list, so if you are, let me use you again, Stephanie. So Stephanie has multiple tickets. So Stephanie would like put Stephanie +4 or whatever. I know you have more than that. Well, Stephanie has to bring her people with her because the name somebody can't come up there and say they're Stephanie Burbridge Hall because I know they're not Stephanie Burbridge Hall. And believe me, I'm going to be like the Sergeant Alarms with a highlighter marking off names. I'm going old school on this, so I'm not going to miss anybody. So all of that will be in the email. Elizabeth Town said, I have my tickets. Y'all coming like, I got my tickets. So y'all, I just wanted to say that. So now turning to Blue Ivy, I thought that'd be a great segue into Blue Ivy. Y'all, I just want to say, don't come for her. Oh, heck no. Oh, what were you doing when you were age 11? I can't believe this. So, y'all, people reporting after they had an interview with Beyonce, Beyonce shared that Blue Ivy was determined to prove any naysayers wrong and devoted herself to working even harder on her dancing. Um, in her new concert film, Beyonce revealed that after her older daughter joined her on stage for several of her Renaissance World Tour stops this summer, the 11-year-old was affected by online critique of her dancing. Y'all, she's 11 years old. Seriously. Y'all know who her mom and daddy are? Okay, just the fact that she was out there in front of millions of people. I just cannot believe that. I just can't. Yes, leave the baby alone. Y'all, uh, and the Beyonce says, I thought she was awesome. I did too. I thought she was when she came out on stage in Atlanta, I just went crazy, like, oh my God, that's just amazing. That girl made money. Okay. She made money. She's only allowed to be on the stage for so long, but she made money. She got more money than probably any of us on here right now. And I ain't mad at it. I'm celebrating that. Yes, who's attacking a child? So Beyonce also admitted that the notion of her daughter joining her on stage was not something she was particularly keen on, that she fought it. She actually fought it. She said originally the idea was for Blue Ivy would make just one on-stage appearance when they opened up overseas. She said, but then that turned into every show. She said that she almost passed out because she did not think she was coming on. She almost passed out the first time her daughter came up out the stage and joined her. And she, pointed to Jay-Z and to her mother, Tina Knowles. So Jay-Z 53 is saying that he's gushing with pride when he sat down with Gail King on the CBS morning show last month. And he said he still gets goosebumps seeing her on stage. He goes on to say in a quote, she's been born into a life she didn't ask for. So since she was born, she has been scrutinized in the public eyes about her hair, her dance, and everything else. And everyone is having an opinion of a little girl. He said, how she keeps her hair. So he goes on and says, so for her to be on stage and proclaim her power and the song, if y'all notice the song she came out on is called My Power. He said, you can't write a better script. So I just want to say, y'all, let's be better. Let's be better as a people. Yes, Jennifer. Jennifer says a wonderful lesson in perseverance for all ages. Absolutely. Yes, Marion, leave the baby alone. Y'all, we get pushed back as adults, and sometimes it's too much to swallow and handle. I can't imagine an 11-year-old. And they were talking about, if you read the whole article in People, I believe it's online, how they were like trying to take her phone and like block stuff from her. And she was like, I'm good, I'm good. And she read them. So it gave her energy to prove people wrong. And I thought she was amazing when she was in Atlanta. I just thought, I was like, man, I wouldn't even I don't even know if I could get on stage and speak to that many people like that with a microphone in front of people. So she's awesome. She's awesome. Yeah, we have to do better. We're better than this. We're better than this. Yeah. And for those of you who are being lazy and not using your Google account, Google's about to delete you. Okay. Now is the time to act if you want to keep your Google account, whether it's your YouTube, whether it's your email, whatever. Starting December 1st, Google will start deleting inactive accounts. That is accounts that haven't been used in at least 2 years. And they said you'd be shocked of how many people that is. He said it's just better. They said it's just better if you would just delete them. The purge follows the company's decision this past May to update its policy on stagnant accounts in an effort to curb cybersecurity concerns. You're the reason why we keep getting hacked. So they're getting ready to deal with all the hacking. So that's what they're going to do. And they're also encouraging everyone who used their Google account actively to have the two-step certification with your account. So you want to check that out as well. With all of that, y'all, we're going to get to the inspirational message. Now, this inspirational message blew me away this morning. It was my own time with God. It was my own time with God. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, something we're all familiar with. It says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not into your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct thy paths. Stop. Stop. It clicked totally different for me this morning. It says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. That means with everything in you. It's about complete trust. It's about complete trust. Okay. It's not half trusting. It's not, I may trust here. It's completely, y'all, I read this differently this morning. It's with all thy heart. Lean not to your own understanding. Your own understanding will never measure up to the trust in God. It ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have to cut off your own understanding. I thought, wow, this is deep. In all your ways, in everything you do, in every breath you take, in every word that comes out your mouth, in every email you send, in every phone call you make to go get some tickets, whatever it is, in all thy ways, acknowledge him, which means if he's in the forefront, let me change, if God is in the forefront of your mind, if he is in the forefront of your mind, if God is in the forefront of your mind, in everything that you do, all you can really do is lean on the trust. Your leaning to your own understanding will disappear because your trust in God and acknowledging him 24/7 leaves no room for anything else. No room. So in all your ways, acknowledge him. Acknowledge him when you wake up. Acknowledge him when you're breathing. Acknowledge him when you're having conversations. Even invite him into that conversation. Can you imagine if we would invite God into our conversations, how our conversations would change? We will be uplifting people, not hating people. Yeah, we will be speaking life to people, not death to people. Uh-huh. We will be claiming jobs. And I'm not talking name it, claim it, but I'm talking about that authority that we're going to do greater things than these. If we really trust in his word, we can really walk through the hospitals and see healings take place. I'm just saying what I'm saying. It gave me a different view this morning on this scripture. I was like, wow, in all thy ways acknowledge him. In everything that we do, if we would acknowledge him first, he will direct our path. He will be telling, don't go, don't make that phone call. Don't say that. No, we're not going there today. Yeah, I want you to do that. I want you to create that email. I want you to create that business. I want you to be a part of this ministry. No, that one's not for you. That's not your gifting. I don't want you over there. But no, there's a few haters over there that I'm trying to work on. That's not a great environment for you because I just took you out of another environment that you asked me to take you out of. So I'm not going to let you go into another one. And in our thinking, we're like, but this is my understanding. This is what I need to do. And he's like, no, lean not to your own understanding. Acknowledge me. Stay focused on me. And I'm going to direct your path. Yeah, that just changed for me today. It changed for me today. I even asked God today, can I still go off on the people about the tickets? He was like, no, you can't go off, but you can communicate what happened. Yeah, there's a difference when you have that conversation with God first. Everything shifts, everything changes. Even for those of us, we're like, well, God, I need to make some more money. What I need to do? Well, right now, I just need you to work on you. I need you to stop worrying. I need you to stop being so focused and out of sync with things. I need you to take more care of yourself. I need you to rest a little bit. I need you to eat differently. I'm back to there to that sugar you keep ingesting. No, that's not good for you. Now you're asking to be healthy. That means I'm gonna need you to really give up that sugar. I need you not to wait until January to do dry January with alcohol. I need you to give up the alcohol going into the holiday season. Yeah, that means no champagne when you're getting ready to toast to the new year. That means no Pinot Noir or no Grigio. There's none. There's no mimosas. If you just sit back and have that conversation, he will direct your path if we would acknowledge him in everything that we do. It's like we're inviting him into this space to take time with us, to talk with us, to lean in with us. Lean not to your own understanding. I started imagining that and I thought, well, can you imagine leaning in, thinking there's a wall there and you collapse? It's like, stop leaning, because you're going to fall over trying to lean into something that you're not supposed to lean into in the first place. Y'all, I'm really going somewhere with this. And I'm really trying to stop right now. But this is so good to me because I was feasting from the table with the Lord this morning. And it hit me, it dawned on me that so many of us say we trust God, but yet we don't. We keep leaning to our own stuff, into what we believe, into what we think. And we were saying, well, I believe God. Well, do you really? Or is that just something that you have had a habit of saying because it sounds good and you really want to, but it's turning into being wishful that you believe instead of actually believing? There's a difference. I know I just stepped on my own toes with that. Yeah, we wish things instead of trusting Him. We're being hopeful, like God, if I say this enough, it's going to happen. It really doesn't work that way. No, He wants a relationship with you. He wants you to desire Him at that point where you check in with Him first and say, okay, God, literally, okay, God, what am I doing here? Vulnerable moment, transparent moment. We were driving to Atlanta this past weekend, which I wasn't getting in the car. It was the ninth hour. I said, okay, I'll go. So I get in the car. I'm like, as long as I'm back home Wednesday, because I want to have Thanksgiving on my sofa, watching the parade on Thursday. Those are my non-negotiables, right? So I got in the car. And then I started thinking, oh God, I just want a hotel bed. I just don't want to be with a whole bunch of people. That was my thoughts. That was my thoughts. And I love my family. And we stopped to get charged because we got one of them cars you got to charge. And I was like, oh, please don't be a lot of people at the chargers, all that stuff. And I got to go to the bathroom. I mean, I was having my own pity party. And so something said, no, it was the Holy Spirit that said to me, can you just shut up? Can you just enjoy the moment? Can you just say, you know what? I'm here to support my husband this weekend and whatever he needs to do because I'm usually with my family and not his. This is his moment. The moment I shifted my thinking, everything was already set up. It was absolutely beautiful. I went in like, wow, I didn't know all this was happening. Sometimes we start complaining before we even know. And God is like, I already know what you like. I'm already going to work it out for you. Just be still and know that I am God. So y'all trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding in all your ways and everything you do. Acknowledge Him and He will, in fact, direct our paths. All right, y'all, we have 2 more days before we take our break in December. Don't forget, today is Giving Tuesday. If you get the e-newsletter, it went out this morning at 7:05 a.m. Eastern time. It is packed with all types of organizations you can give to. And don't forget News in Motion. We want to keep our content independent from being silenced or told that we can't say certain things. So if you have extra $5, $25, throw it to that Cash App or inbox me one-on-one. If you have my phone number, that is my Zelle number. If you have my phone number that starts with 61467, that is my phone number. You can go ahead and do a Zelle there if you want to. But there's many organizations out there that need our help, need our assistance. Consider those with dementia, consider those with diabetes, consider those who are homeless, consider those who are trafficked, consider those. There's Make a Difference LLC. They're doing an amazing community toy drive. You can also give gift cards. Reach out to them, send those there as well. Repeat the Cash App again. Yes, the Cash App for News in Motion is now in. We're using the NIM. NIMToday is the Cash App. Thank you for asking. NIMToday is the Cash App. So we're here tomorrow. We're here Thursday, and then we're going to take a much needed break because we realize we will not be able to break long breaks in 2024 because when we come back in January, we will hit the ground running with primaries. Then we will hit the ground running going into the RNC and the DNC. And then we will hit the ground running going into the general elections. We don't see any pause. We may take a day here, a day there, a week here, a week there, which also leads us to say, If you have a desire to be a journalist and you want to report from your area or report the news and the headlines your way, not my way, send us your resume to newsinmotion@gmail.com. You can be an intern at a HBCU. Yeah, I said it, HBCU. It will be non-paid, but it will go on your resume. We're looking for that. That way we don't have to break it all. We can just keep going. So, y'all, until tomorrow, I am your host, Gail Dudley. Thank you so much for joining us today on News in Motion. For those of you who have colored purple tickets from Ready Media LLC, you'll be getting an email from us later today. Thank you all. Until tomorrow, we're out. So stay well and remember, make some bold moves. Peace.
News in Motion.